Company distributions. We are now going to be looking, this is not from the shareholder's perspective as much, this is more from the company's perspective. We're going to be looking at part 11 from the 8th schedule, paragraph 74 to 77, basically all we're looking at. Please make sure, guys, to look at your ITC exam pronouncement. A lot of this is excluded. Now, when a company makes a distribution to its shareholders, that distribution can basically be one of two things. It can be a dividend or it can be contributed to tax capital. The dividend is either a cash dividend or an asset in specie. Okay. Now, if you have an asset in specie, so if I'm the company X Limited and I give an asset away to my shareholders, there will be implications based on that asset. Things that you've already studied. Think about it. If this is a capital asset that X Limited is giving away, they are disposing of an asset, so there's CGT. If they're giving away trading stock, they're disposing of trading stock, so there's a Section 22(8) recoupment. So, as I've mentioned before, a distribution can be either a dividend or return of capital. That's what we're talking about there. Right. When you see this word return of capital, guys, return of capital is referring to contributed to tax capital. I'll explain a little bit more as we go. Now, the company can either make a cash distribution or an asset distribution. Now this cash or asset, both of them can either be a dividend or a return of capital. So this return of capital is CTC. Okay, so let me just actually go back. Here we are said a dividend is split into a cash dividend or an asset in specie. You can also give away an asset, which you call, and you say that this asset is contributed tax capital or cash. Okay, it's not called an asset in specie because it's not a dividend. And that's what it shows you. You can either give cash or an asset, and either of those can either be a dividend or it can be a return of capital. A return of capital is your contributed tax capital. Why? Because the company is paying back your contributed tax capital. It's returning it to you. It's returning your capital amount to you. Now, paragraph 75 of the 8th schedule is the section that tells you a company what to do if they are getting rid of one of their assets. So this situation over here, they tell you what to do. So they say a company must be treated as if they dispose of the asset at its market value. So you must then calculate recoupments and capital gains. This is if it's a capital asset, obviously. Right? The shareholder that receives the dividend is treated as if they bought that asset at market value. So if they are going to be using that asset in the production of income, they can then claim allowances on it. But important here, so let me explain this quickly to you just like this. So X Limited distributes an asset and the market value of the asset is 100,000 rands. Okay, so let's just quickly do a couple of things here. First up, SARS is going to receive, from dividends tax perspective, if this is paid to a natural person, 20,000 rands. And because it's an asset in specie, remember, you can't withhold it from that. The shareholder, the beneficial owner, will receive 100,000 rands in value. But this is now an asset. So this is what the shareholder will do first up. First, you have to address the fact that we received a dividend. The full amount is then exempt. And then, guys, that dividend that we now received, that 100,000 rands asset, if it is stock that we've received, you can claim a Section 22(4) deduction of 100,000 rands. So see the net effect here is 100,000 rands. Okay, that is if it's stock. And if it's a capital asset, so let's say you got a computer or a manufacturing machine that you're going to be using, then you say you treat it as if you bought 100,000. It's a second-hand machine. So this is for Section 12C. So you can claim 20,000 rands. So you're treated, first you receive the dividend. That's the one thing. You treat it separately, the receipt. And then you are treated as if you purchased this asset for whatever reason it is. Right. So paragraph 75 is the 8th schedule section that tells you to dispose of it at market value. Section 84K is the section that tells you how to calculate the recoupment, and it also tells you treat it as if it's sold at market value. So they run hand in hand with each other. So just to remind you, this is applicable to the company that is making the distribution. It is not applied to the person who is receiving it. Make sure you see whose side we're looking at. So now we're saying X Limited gives a dividend to a shareholder. We are looking at what happens to X Limited when it gets rid of the asset. So if it's trading stock, you apply section 22.8. If it's a capital asset, for CGT, you apply paragraph 75. And for the recoupment, you apply section 84K. This is just the references. Both of these says, treat as if sold at market value. Section 22.8 says, what does it always say, guys? Recoup at market value except if it is stock taken for private use by a natural person, or if it is a donation to a PBO. Now, neither of those can apply here because it's not a donation, it's an asset. It's a dividend, not a donation, and it's also not taken for private use. So none of that applies. So what do you do? Recoup market value. All of this is things that you've studied before, except for this part over here, obviously, but you've studied that concept before. So please make sure this is what will happen for X Limited's calculation that you see there.